Good morning, dear students. Welcome to the third session of our subject, that is engineering estimation, costing, and economics. So the point that we are discussing in our previous session is nothing but the qualities that we have for being a good estimator. Okay, so for being a good estimator, you have the good judgment with respect to the local conditions, different jobs, and the different workmanship. You must have the good method. You have the knowledge about selecting the proper method for preparing your estimate. Okay, for preparing your estimate. Then you have to be very careful in terms of the actual execution of your work, safety purpose. Then you must be thorough, hardworking, and accurate as far as your uh, construction work execution is considered. Then you have the ability to collect, to classify, and evaluate data relating to the estimation. Okay, so you have to collect the data based on the drawings that you have, based on the dimensions which are being reflecting on your drawing. Okay, so based on that, you have to collect the data, you have to classify the data which is related with preparing the estimate. Okay, then you have the ability to visualize all the steps during the process of construction, that is supervision of your building projects. Okay, so some qualities you have to bear for becoming a good estimator. Okay, the next points in this: before preparing the estimate, the estimator should visit the site. See what they have mentioned: the estimator should visit the site and make the study of the conditions there. Okay, that is the prerequisites, I can say, for starting your project. Okay, so if you are interested to start your project, you have to visit the site at first. मी जसं तुम्हाला सांगितलं होतं, कुठलंही काम करण्यापूर्वी आधी त्या साईटला तुम्ही व्हिजिट करा. You must visit the site at first. If you are interested to purchase a land or anything, it might be anything. You are interested to purchase a existing property. So at first you have to visit the site. You have to study the conditions over there. What example they have mentioned: for example, if the construction of a large building is planned, the estimator or his representative should visit the site, and take the note of following things. What note he is going to take? He has to take a note the location of the proposed building, where the building is located. Okay, he has to take a note for the location of the proposed building. Second, he has to get all the data which is available regarding the soil. Very important one. Your imagination or your target is to construct a G+100 or G+10. Okay, but if you don't have any knowledge regarding the soil, whatever the soil which is available over there, if you don't have the knowledge, then definitely your whole project is going to get collapsed. Why? Because you haven't studied the soil at first, my dear students. Soil is the basic and very important part of your structure. If your soil is weak, if you don't know the physical or mechanical properties of your soil on which you are going to rest your whole construction, whole footing part and all that, then definitely it is going to collapse. So very important to have the data regarding the soil. Now, sir, I am working on the site. So which data I must have regarding the soil? At least I am talking. So at least which data of the soil I must have? So I must have the soil related data, like the specific gravity of the soil, the type of the soil, whether it's a black cotton soil, whether it's a hard murum, soft murum, clay soil, non-cohesive soil, cohesive soil. So what type of soil over there? Okay, the physical properties, which includes your specific gravity, moisture content, very important one, water absorption. Okay, then swelling pressure, or the which type of swelling is going to occur if there is heavy rainfall or any other part. Okay, then mechanical properties, we must know the CBR value, that is California bearing ratio, CBR value of the soil. We must have the shear strength of the soil. We must have the compressive strength, that is unconfined compressive strength of the soil. So physical properties of the soil, mechanical properties of the soil, you have to what can I say, go through in detail. And in that, the part which is going to play the vital role is nothing but the percentage compaction. I think in the consolidation test, you are going to find out the percentage compaction. I don't know whether I'm correct or wrong, but you can correct me if. So as far as if you are interested to work on the site, you must have the knowledge about the OMC and MDD. Okay, that is optimum, what can I say, dry density and optimum moisture content and maximum dry density. OMC stands for optimum moisture content and MDD stands for the maximum dry density. I think you are having the graph or you are having the relation. You are very much familiar with the relation between the OMC and MDD. Okay, so based on that, you are going to find the percentage compaction. ठीक आहे, तो रिपोर्ट तुम्ही बघितला असेल साइट वरती दिला जातो. हाऊ मच युअर सॉइल इज कॉम्पॅक्टेड बिफोर द मीन्स when you are going to start your project. Okay, how much soil is your compacted, whether it is compacted 90%, 91%, 95%, 97%. So as per our Indian standard, as per IS 2720, different parts we are having. I'm not going detail about it. So you have the percentage compaction. Okay, there are so different parts of IS 2720 which are relating with CBR value, physical properties or mechanical properties of the soil. Okay, in that one important parameter is percentage compaction. हे लक्षात ठेवा ही गोष्ट साइट वरती काम करत असताना. ऍटलीस्ट तुम्हाला OMC म्हणजे काय, MDD म्हणजे काय, त्याचं कसं रिलेशन आहे आणि percentage compaction साइट वरती किती केलेलं आहे. Whomsoever the person who is going to visit your site and inspect, third party auditing we called it as, that person will definitely ask you, sir, what is the percentage compaction over here? Okay, before when you start the project, he is definitely going to check the percentage compaction. How you are going to do that? You are going to take the core cutter test. I don't know whether you are familiar with this or not. Core cutter. You are going to take a core. You are going to strike that core or dig that core in your soil sample. You are going to extract the core from the soil, from the particular area or particular site, and then you are going to test that core. That is whatever the sample which is present in the core, you are going to test that sample. Okay, core sample, and you are going to check the physical or mechanical properties of the soil. You are going to determine the percentage compaction. Why I'm repeating this word? This word you are going to get into your real life implementation so many times. Whenever you are going to work on the site, you must be familiar with the percentage compaction, optimum dry density, moisture content. That is maximum dry density and optimum moisture content. These three things you must keep with yourself. The knowledge of these three things. Apart from that, all other mandatory tests already you have studied it in your geotechnical engineering. Okay, physical properties and the mechanical properties. That is why being a good estimator, you must have the knowledge regarding the soil conditions. It's not with the estimator only, but being a civil engineer, you must have the knowledge about the soil. Okay, then make a sketch what the person who is going to visit you, so you are going to visit on a site. You must able to draw a sketch of the site showing all important details. All important details means location of, suppose any river is flowing over, passing to the nearby region, or any oda, nala is there. It may be any bridge is there. Okay, so whatever the surrounding conditions or local conditions which are present over there, you have to mark them on your sketch. Okay, in your sketch, like that is layout जसा आपण काढतो, the way we are preparing our layout. Okay, in that fashion you have to draw the sketch. Then you have to obtain the information concerning with the light, power and water. Okay, we are not going to detail about this thing. Okay, then source information concerning with the banking facilities. Okay, you have a dream to construct a G+50 structure or G+100 or G+10, but whether you are aware about your financial status? Yes. Sir, I have 10 crores with me. Okay, hope you have 10 crores with everyone. Okay, very soon. But you have to have some knowledge about banking facilities. See, what the business is going on presently. I think you are also familiar with that. No contractor, no engineer, no construction company is interested to invest their own money. Okay, the picture might be different. Okay, it is not applicable to every case. Okay, please remember. But our first mentality is we are not interested to invest our own money. This is the business rule. You can observe in the market also. So what actually we are going to do? We are going to take the loan from the bank. Okay, and you are going to repay all the loan amount after the completion of your project. When you are going to sell your product, okay, you have constructed a G+5. On every floor, you have constructed 4 flats. That is around 20 flats you have. You have sold out all the flats. You sold out all the flats. You got around 1 crore of rupees. Okay. See, imagine, I will tell you one example. For G+5, suppose there are, suppose G+4. On every floor, you are going to construct a 4 flats. Okay. 3 to 4 flats, suppose. Area around 600 to 800 square feet. 1 BHK or it may be a 2 BHK. For 1 BHK, minimum cost is 15 lakh. For the, suppose you are on the first floor, it might be around 18 to 20 lakh also. If you go on upper side, that is on the second floor, third floor, fifth floor, and if you don't have any lift facilities you have provided, then definitely cost will drop down. Cost will drop down from customer's point of view, because he's not interested to go on the second, third, fourth floor without using the lift. So what he'll do, sir, lift नाही बसवलेली, मी 15 लाख, मी 20 लाख कसं काय देणार त्याला, मी तुम्हाला 15 लाख देऊ शकतो 1 BHK. तोच if you purchase the flat at the ground floor or at the first floor, that engineer will demand you, no sir, you have to give 15 lakh. Okay, so what he is interested to do, he will take the loan from the bank, he will construct, he will complete his project, and he will try to sell out all his flats what he has constructed. It may be flat, row house, bungalow, whatever, etc. Whatever the type of construction you have done, and then he will repay the loan amount. Okay, this is the business route which is going on presently. But for doing this loan, whatever the process, you must have the information about the banking facilities. When the bank will give you the loan, कधी देईल bank तुम्हाला? When you have a very good and strong record with the banking work. Okay, suppose you have the bank account in the State Bank and you have very good transaction record. Okay, good transaction record with the bank. Okay, you have very good relation with the bank, you have strong reputation behind you, then bank will think of. Here in the banking facility, there is one important part, we called it as solvency certificate. That this is for your additional information, but please remember this. What is a solvency certificate? Now you are hearing about so many, what can I say, scams. Yes, that is the proper word. Like PNB, in the Punjab National Bank, there is one scam of more than 1,000 crores. I don't know the exact amount, but in PNB, in different banks like S Bank and all that, you have heard about the different scams which was happened in the banks. Okay, how the scam was happened? How a bank will give you the loan, on what basis? Being a new or fresher, you have started your business just 2-3 before. Okay, why the bank will give you the loan? So before giving the loan, the bank will check your history. Bank will check your history. Bank will check your all the past record, whether you have the quality in your work, whether you have the assurance in your work, whether you have the market reputation behind you. You are a good person, you are having good banking record, you are having good transaction records with the banks, you haven't theft any bank, you haven't doing any mischief with the banking work. Suppose you have taken a home loan and you haven't paid the loan amount for the past 5 months, 6 months. Okay, that is not considered good. They will check your CIBIL score. That is mandatory. Everyone knows about the CIBIL score. In that part, there is one important document that bank is going to issue, and that document we called it as the solvency certificate. Okay, solvency means the bank has the assurance that this person is good, he is having good bank record, and then bank will give you the loan. Okay, खूप महत्वाचा फॅक्टर असतो सॉल्व्हन्सी. अगेन आय विल डिस्क्राइब इन डिटेल अबाउट इट. राइट नाउ you just understood it at the basics. Okay, so securing the information concerning with the banking facilities. It is not restricted only with the engineer. It is also whether that engineer will give the support for a customer or to the customer for giving a bank loan facility, because all the customers out of 10, I can say 9 customers, they don't have all the amount in the cash. For being an engineer or being a customer, we must not done any kind of transaction with cash. You can do it with the check, or you can do the online process. ECS, we called it as electronic credit system. Okay, you are going to take the loan. Okay, cash, it comes as a black money. Okay, we're not going to discuss in detail about it. So concerning with the bank facilities, as an engineer, are you supporting your customer to avail some bank loan facilities? Yes. So again, you have to access, or you have to have some detailed information about the banking facilities. Okay, then conditions of the streets leading to the railway yards and the materials. Then investigation of the your general parameters or the local workmanship, site conditions which are available over there. Okay, so these are some qualities of the estimate that a good estimator has to follow. Okay, dear students, I think it's 11:50. Yes. So it's 11:50. I will take your attendance at this moment. 62 participants are here. Okay, I'm happy the attendance is increasing slightly now. Okay, I hope it is 133 within a week. Okay, I am hoping for that particular attendance. So I will take your attendance at this moment. If you have any doubt with you, you please put it in the chat box, because after taking attendance, again, I have to give some instructions to everyone. Okay. You can put your attendance in the chat box also. Okay, so I will take your attendance. Just a minute. Just a minute, dear students. Don't leave the meeting. I am taking your attendance. If you missed out, then don't blame me. What is the use of measurement book? Okay, don't worry. I will explain it. Use of measurement book, I think yes. The person who has completed diploma, he can ask me such question. Okay, we will discuss in detail. Complete. Many more questions. We will discuss that part in our unit number 2. Any other questions from anyone? Please put your attendance also in the chat box. I have taken, but still you can put it in the chat box also. So that from the next session, we will start the different types of estimator. Okay, that is the part of your syllabus. Yes, everyone is putting your attendance. Good, good. Very fast. You are putting. I will save the chat at the later. As I told you, our next part of discussion is nothing but the different types of estimate. Okay, so what are the methods that you are seeing on the screen? We are going in the discussion in detail in our next session. I think tomorrow we are having the session at 11. Sorry, at 1 to 3. Okay. In the afternoon session, we have our lecture. Shall we start or shall we wait? Because only 10 minutes are left. I think before that our meeting will end. So it's better we will start the new point from tomorrow. Chalo. Any questions? Any questions to anyone? Please unmute yourself. Whether you have understood today's session, all the sessions, yes or no, please unmute. I will take few names: Kedar, Zadav, Gaurav, Amar, Swapnil, Kedar, Sikchi, then Sadiq, Aarti, Ajay, Satyam, Shivani, Pragati, Pranav, Samarth, Vivek, Soham, Suraj, Naneshwar, Swapnil Dongres, then Kazi, Akash, from A to Z, A division to B division. चलो, someone can respond. आजचा पाठ समजलाय का सर्वांना? Yes, no. Okay, you can put your response in the chat box also, no problem. From A division, I am expecting some response. Whatever the responses are there, only from B, I think. Good, Kedar, you are responding. Good, very nice. Chalo. So shall we stop here for today's session? Yes, now I am expecting response. Good. Chalo. Quick response. Yes, sir. Please explain about the CIBIL score. Okay. Chalo. I will put some light on this. See, though it is related with our construction sector also, but it is related with our life also. If you are interested to take a loan from any bank, they will check your CIBIL score. Okay. Now this is the part, I think it is implemented from past 30 years. I don't know where exactly from which point, which year they have started this concept of CIBIL. It's a government, central government agency, okay, I can say, which can monitor your performance in the banking sector. Okay. So I think if your CIBIL score is more than 650 points or 700 points, I don't know exactly, 650 or 700, something like that. Okay, then the bank will, any bank can give you the loan. But if your score is lower than that, then no bank will give you the loan. Okay. Now, how the low that score is depend? It depends on on your performance. Whether you have missed out any loan, if you have taken loan previously and you haven't paid the loan amount regularly. Suppose you have to pay. Suppose 10,000 is your what can I say, monthly EMI, and on every 10th every 10th of every month, ठीक है, प्रत्येक महिन्याच्या 10 तारखेला you have to pay your EMI, but unfortunately you missed out because of any XYZ reason. You have paid the amount on 15th of month or might be on the 20th of month, then definitely that will hamper your CIBIL score. So your performance in the banking sector, CIBIL is nothing but they will check your performance, whether you are paying your EMIs regularly within time, within the deadline, not after the deadline. Huh? You have paid the EMI amount after the deadline, it doesn't make any sense, because you have to pay the penalty charges on that if you missed out your EMI, regular EMI. Okay, and apart from it, it will lower down your CIBIL score. It will lower down your performance. So make sure your CIBIL score is more than 700 points. I think 650 or 700, something like that. Okay. They will check how they are going to check your mobile number or your bank account is linked with your Aadhaar. Okay. Nowadays it is linked with Aadhaar and PAN, everyone's. So just they will put your Aadhaar card, your KYC details. They will just check your with respect to your KYC details, to how many banks your account is linked. Means I have the bank account in SBI, in Bank of Maharashtra, in Canara Bank, in XYZ Bank, and the number which you have registered, they will check your performance and then they can give you your CIBIL score. Okay, there are right now, if you search on the Google, there are so many websites, but I don't know the authenticity of it, because they will check your credentials, and don't share your credentials to anyone if it is not authentic. Okay, please check the authenticity of everything. So it's better you can go in the any of bank, State Bank or any official bank, and then you can demand them for your CIBIL score. Okay, they will take some money for this. I think, I don't know exactly how much money it will cost, whether it is free or not. I don't know exactly about it, but they can check your CIBIL score and they can tell you. Okay. I hope I have cleared something on this CIBIL score. Jitendra, खूप महत्वाचा आहे. You want to become, if you want to start your own firm na, you must have very good transaction record with the bank. Any bank, whomsoever, whichsoever the bank you are interested to avail the loan facility. Okay, good. Good. Chalo. So we will stop here for our today's session. I hope there are no any further doubts. If you have, you can please discuss in our upcoming session also. So with that note, dear students, I will take your leave for this particular moment. Have a great day. Goodbye. Take care. Have a nice day.